Alfred Graf, 214 Hiram Lane, Old New York, 11741. I'm looking at your agenda today, and I'm seeing that you're appointing a commission on the Department of Public Works. And I have a couple of questions, and I'm hoping that you can address. One of the questions is, do you have a list of qualifications for that?
Well, first of all, why don't you make your statement? This is the public portion of the meeting, and I'll get back to you in totality when you're done with your statement. I'll answer some of it, but I recognize the tenor of this, and I'm not going to ignore that. So make your statement, and then I'll answer the questions. I'm not going to go back and forth. I just want you to make your statement on it, because it's the public hearing portion, and it's not the Inquisition. That's not what this is.
Well, that's not what I'm trying to do.
That's exactly what you're doing.
I'm asking you a simple question.
Okay.
And a simple question.
Okay, public hearing portion for you to speak.
Okay. Right now, you have Mr. Baker as the commissioner.
Acting Commissioner of the Department of Public.
And you're looking to appoint him. Is that correct?
Make your statement on this, right?
And I'm questioning his qualifications for that position. My understanding is that in order to be the commissioner of the Department of Works, the qualifications are that you have to have an engineering degree. Mr. Baker, it's my belief, has no such degree. As a matter of fact, Mr. Baker stated on the oath that what he has is a high school diploma. So what I'm asking you right now is if the qualifications are that you have to have an engineering degree, what qualifies Mr. Baker to become the Commissioner of Public Works if there is a listed criteria for what the qualifications for that position is supposed to be? That's my comment.
Thank you.
But I do have a couple things that I'd like the board to address. Number one, what are the qualifications that are listed? Number two, did this town board put this position out for other people to apply for? Number three, did you get any resumes in for people seeking this employment? And if you did, where did you post this job? And what is the town, as far as when a job is being posted, and in this type of job, right? What is the responsibility of the town to reach out to see if there's qualified candidates?
I'd like the town attorney just to address the more clinical qualifications questions that you asked.
Yes, Mr. Graf. Actually, Councilwoman Bergen raised the issue with the town attorney's office last week when we met to discuss the agenda for this evening. One of our assistant town attorneys at my direction looked into the issue as to whether the department head, the commissioner of the Department of Public Works, had to have an engineering degree. And she spent the better half of last Friday researching that question and speaking with a number of people, including an attorney with the Association of Towns, Suffolk County Department of Civil Service, and the Association of Towns for Superintendents of Highways to determine whether or not an engineering degree is required for that position. And we did share our findings with Councilwoman Bergen on Monday. Patricia Waite was our assistant town attorney who conducted that research. And her findings were that the position of a commissioner to the Department of Public Works does not require an engineering degree and or a license unless such additional standards are required by the town board. Town Code Section 41-3 states that the commissioner shall be appointed on the basis of his administrative experience and qualifications for the duties of such office, and shall have the powers and duties of the highway superintendent, which is a term that's defined under Highway Law Section 2. So our findings were that based upon what's in our town code and on the basis of her conversations with a few different people, that the position of the Commissioner of the Department of Public Works need not have an engineering degree. And also I might add that according to Suffolk County and State Civil Service Law Section 35, the administrative head of such department shall be the commissioner, which is an unclassified service position that does not require any educational engineering degree unless established locally. So again, we have to look to the town code to determine what, if any, qualifications are required, and our town code requires that it shall be based upon his administrative experience. The town board is free to appoint whomever it feels is qualified for that position. And it's not required to, post a notice that that position is open. It is free to appoint that managerial position to whomever it feels is qualified for the position.
Okay, if I can ask you a question. The town board also has home rule, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And now, you have a criteria for the commissioners. The town board has written in the past, correct?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a qualification sheet where if you're going to list a job, and for a commissioner, the town of Islip has their own criteria
Well, we have our
for
town
that
code.
position?
Yes, in our
For
town
that
code.
position?
Town code.
Right.
Right.
And do you have these job titles listed in the town code?
Yes, in section 41-3, that's the Department of Public Works chapter, and it describes it defines commissioner, it defines deputy commissioner, it states that the duties of the commissioner are such as those that are required under the highway law for the highway superintendent. In some towns, the highway superintendent is an elected position. The town of Islip some years back decided that it did not wish to have that elected position, and it superseded that particular provision, and that's why we have an appointed deputy commissioner of the Department of Public Works.
Ms. Bergen, did you have anything on this? Did you do any research on as far as qualifications for this person?
I did, in fact, Mr. Graf, and suffice to say the town code section 41-3 indicates that it makes no indication that he has to have an engineering degree. And it says, in fact, to make reference to the highway law. And when I looked up the highway law, there was no indication that there was a mandatory engineering degree.
All right, I thank you very much. That answers that question. If I have anything further, I'll do it right up to the town.
Good evening. Resolution number 26, appointment of Richard Baker as Commissioner of the Department of Public Works. I'll make the motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Councilwoman Bergen? Nay? Resolution passes 3-2.